When the Champlain Towers South condominium collapsed on June 24th, the Surfside, Florida community was left unsure of its future.
I want every Surfside resident to remember that in this building, around 5% of Surfside lost their home. About 2% of Surfside perished. This was not a natural disaster. This wasn't a hurricane, it wasn't an earthquake. The building just collapsed.
The condo site on Collins Avenue, just north of Miami Beach, is a valuable location in an area with a hot real estate market, and survivors and families of the 98 victims want to be repaid for the loss of their homes and the emotional toll of losing their loved ones. And the tower's $48 million in insurance won't be enough. To get that relief, the property, which is privately owned, could be sold to a developer who would build on the site. For those whose loved ones have not been recovered, though, this can be an unattractive idea.
It's the most painful thing, knowing that the remains of my daughters are still in the rubble. Okay, they only find a part of her body and not the whole body. How come they can think about building something there?
Consequently, some in the community proposed a land swap, where the city would instead sell the site of the current community center for redevelopment and place a new community center and memorial on the Champlain site.
I'm speaking here on behalf of the victims of the 98 people who died in that terrible collapse that we all know of. I'm also speaking here on behalf of a large part of the community of Surfside that wants to do the right thing and wants to see a memorial in that sacred land, not a couple of blocks down the road, not in the street in front, right there. As you all know, the only option we have left to see that happen is a land swap. It's very simple. We swap the land of the community center for the land of Champlain. It's basically moving the community center 5 blocks down the road.
But city commissioners ruled out the land swap after a meeting on Tuesday.
I said the concept is delusional, and it is. If we were to swap the community center, where would we put our pool? Where would we put the building? Where would we put the different items that we have at our community center? You have to think about these things, and also building a new community center doesn't cost a couple of $1 million. It costs a lot of money.
Ultimately, the site is privately owned, and it will be up to court-appointed receiver Michael Goldberg to determine its future. But the Surfside mayor encouraged victims and residents to continue to put forward ideas.
I can see right now that this swap idea, as it's being presented right now, obviously is not going to fly. And, my heart breaks for you guys, because I know that, this is something that you were getting your hopes up about. And, I hope you will not give up hope. I hope you will, come back with a different idea.
Stay tuned as we continue coverage of this tragedy and its aftermath.